أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون.
But if I can move on to Shaykh Ashiq and ask, what concerns did you raise with LBTH and what were the answers? And Shaykh Ashiq, if I can ask you to be succinct, please. We have a number of speakers. Thank you.
Of course, I will be. Good evening again. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My involvement with the Tower Hamlets Council and the sort of the Department of Education and etc. was back when one of our colleagues at Darul Ummah informed me that there was actually that the borough was planning to put together a steering group or a steering team to deliver the RSE. So I thought this is a very good idea to get involved and to sort of guide the borough into ensuring that since a large population, about 50% of the townlets residents are Muslims, that we can make the delivery of this RSE relevant, not relevant, sort of make it more sensitive, okay, and takes into consideration to the sensitivities that Muslim communities may have. And so I got involved, and I was there in the in Townless head office, and from the very beginning, one of the things that we kept on saying and we said throughout is that RSE as a subject is good by and large. We have no problem with RSE as a subject. It speaks about a lot of good things, about friendship, about health and safety. It speaks about how to build relationships with your parents and how to maintain them, respect for others, online safety. And these are things which are very much in line with, coherent with what we all believe in as parents, as people of the society, as of Tower Hamlets. But then some of the things that were suggested could have been suggested better. So, for example, naming of the body parts with their actual names from an early age of, say, for example, year 1, year 2. This is something that I thought this will be questionable, and parents will have an issue with that. If the aim is to equip children with the right language to be able to report any sort of offenses or any abuse, then there are other ways. We have the system, the pants program, and so this is a very good way of informing, to say that what's below my garments, what's below my pants is my area, no one should be able to touch, and etc., or speak about. There are other ways around it. That is the point. And that's what we suggested, that maybe we can deliver what we're trying to deliver, which is safety and health and safety, and with the language and with the tools to be able to deal with the problems that the RSE aims to deal with, but do it in a way that's faith sensitive, sensitive to faith communities, and etc. And that's because the DFE guidance is actually, that's exactly what it says. Just like sexuality and gender and stuff is from the protected characteristics, so is a faith. And it's very, very clear in the guidance from the Department for Education that RSE should be delivered in a way that's faith sensitive and age appropriate. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Initially, we were given the impression that notes were being taken as to what we were saying, and then that steering group that was set up was dismantled. And all of a sudden, we were informed that all of the progress that we'd made so far, all of the input, all of the meetings that we sat in, had sort of just dismantled, and the name was changed. It was now called the Stakeholders something reference group or something, and all of the advice that we gave was completely discarded and ignored. And then we had a policy in Tower Hamlets which was sent from the council, which was not reflecting any of the things that we said. It was not age appropriate in our opinion. It was not sensitive towards our aspects of our faith or our culture, and that's where the problems sort of started rising. And then we tried to sort of request that they be amended, adjusted, but that wasn't the case. It didn't happen. The London Borough of Tower Hamlets, they pursued, and they sent out the policy as if it was completely sort of, it was completely fine. And they gave the impression that the Istana Masjid, the Istana Mosque and Ashadibi and others who organized the public meetings were actually, by them accepting or allowing for the meetings to take place, they gave the impression as though that all of these parents that came were happy with the policy or happy with their suggestions, which wasn't the case. Parents came to ask questions, to understand, to challenge a lot of the times, not necessarily to say that they agree with it. And so there was misrepresentation. There was a level of, sort of leading on false promises, you can say. And then in the end, we're now, even though the DFE has allowed for the curriculum to be implemented in 2021, a lot of the schools in Tower Hamlets are actually already doing it. And they are under the impression that whatever advice the Tower Hamlets Council has given the policy, that's what we must, they are saying that we must apply this, and we've got to sort of follow that. Whereas, as you'll soon hear from the legal experts, that this isn't the case. In fact, each school must do its own consultation. But, in summary, to answer Ms. Anbai's question is, my experience with Tower Hamlets Council with this particular topic and in this regard wasn't a positive one. We were led on to believe that our opinions were taken, but really they weren't. They were completely ignored. And when we actually brought up the issues which were problematic for our faith communities, we were once again ignored and completely sort of, no answers were given yet. And today we don't see any of the councillors here as well to answer any of our questions. I'll now pass it back to Ms. Anbai, and then we'll proceed. Thank you very much for this opportunity.